This is lesson 108, page 443, Sum and Differences of Cubes. And so this is a expansion of the lesson where we did division of perfect cubes, the long division. Now we're just going to factor them, all right? So we have this pattern. And so I'm going to give you the pattern first, and then we'll work some practice problems. All right. So if I have x cubed plus y cubed, when I factor that, I ask myself, what is the cube root of this first term? And it's really x. That is what is being cubed. All right. And for this one, y is what is really being cubed. So you want to look at what the cube roots are, because that's what will be helpful when we factor it, all right? So we're going to have a binomial, then we're going to have a trinomial, all right? If it's plus 2 cubes, if it's the sum of 2 cubes, our signs are going to be plus, minus, plus. Okay, plus, minus, plus, if we begin with plus. All right, this first binomial is just the terms that are cubed. So it's the x and the y, okay? The first term in the trinomial is the first term in the parentheses squared. So that's x squared, okay? The middle term is these two terms multiplied. So it's x, y. And the last term in the trinomial is this second term squared. All right, that's the pattern. If it is x cubed minus y cubed, we look also at what is cubed. We want to look at the cube root of what those terms are. The values don't change. The signs change. So if it's minus, then it's minus, plus, plus. The terms don't change. It's the first one, the second one. It's the first one squared, the two multiplied, the last one squared. So you see the terms are exactly the same. The only thing that changed was the signs, okay? So plus, sum of cubes, plus, minus, plus. Difference of cubes, minus, plus, plus. Okay, so practice makes progress. So we will work a couple examples. We'll do a couple of subtractions, and we'll do a couple of additions. All right, so we'll start with the subtractions. Look at 108.1 on page 443, all right? It says factor x cubed, y cubed, minus p cubed, okay? So first we look and we ask ourselves, well, what is this term cubed, this term cubed? But we can go ahead and put our signs in, okay? I'll leave plenty of space. If it's minus, plus, plus. Okay? So we can go ahead and get ready for our factors. All right, and what's in here is just xy, because x cubed, y cubed, we get that term. Okay? This one is just p. All right? So in my binomial, it's just the first term, the second term. So it's xy minus p. This first term here in the trinomial is the first term squared. X squared, y squared. The middle term is the two terms multiplied. So it's x, y, p. This last term is the second term squared. Okay? Now, we're going to do one more minus. It's not in your book. I'm going to write it down. Okay? All right, so let's factor 27m cubed minus 125. All right, I know that those are perfect cubes. I'm going to go ahead, write my binomial, make space for my trinomial, and if it's minus plus plus. Okay, now I look at this first term. The cube root of 27 is 3. The cube root of m cubed is m. All right, so now my cube root is 3m. That's what I'm going to write and square and multiply by. The cube root of 125 is 5. That's what I'm going to use to write down, to square, to multiply by. Okay? So the first term in the binomial is 3m. 3m minus 5, that term. This first term is this term squared. This is 3m squared. All right, so 3 squared is 9, and that's m squared. Okay? This middle term here is 3m times 5. I multiply those two terms, which is 15m. This last term is that term squared, 5, which is 25. Okay? All right, let's move on to addition. On page 444. Minus is minus plus plus. Plus is plus minus plus. All right, it's just something you can memorize. Look at 108.2 on the top of page 444. It says factor 8m cubed y to the 6 plus x cubed. Plus is plus minus plus. So let's go ahead and get our signs in here. Plus is plus minus plus. Now let's look at the cube root. Cube root of 8 is 2. The cube root of m cubed is m. The cube root of y to the 6th is really 6 divided by 3, because a power raised to a power we multiply. All right, so it's y squared, because that's m cubed, that's y to the 6th. So it's as though we're taking the 6 and dividing by 3, okay? And the second term is just x cubed. All right, this first term is 2my squared. The second term in the binomial is just x. This first term is this first term squared. So 2 squared is 4. M is squared. Y squared squared is y to the 4th. Power raised to a power, we multiply. Y to the 4th. This middle term, we just multiply those two terms. So it's 2my squared x. This last term is the second term squared. So it's x squared. You'd have gotten the same factor if you would have done long division. Okay? Now, last example. It says factor a to the 12th plus b to the 12th. All right, it's plus. So it's going to be plus minus plus. Plus is plus minus plus. Minus is minus plus plus. Okay? All right. So what is this cubed? Remember, I'm really taking 12 divided by 3. It's a to the 4th. Because of power raised to a power, we multiply. That's the rule. This 2 is b to the 4th cubed. All right? So, the first term in the binomial is just a to the 4th. The second term in the binomial is your b to the 4th. The first term in the trinomial is a to the 4th squared. Remember, a to the 4th squared. Power raised to a power, we multiply. So this is a to the 8th. 4 times 2. The middle term is those terms multiplied. So it's a to the fourth, b to the fourth. This last term is b to the fourth squared. So we multiply 4 times 2. So it's b to the 8th. And that is factoring sum and difference of perfect cubes.